I've been making a lot of sea creatures recently, and today we're going to be making this cute little whale. To start, we'll work 8 single crochets into a ring. You can either do this with a magic ring or chain 2 and work all 8 into the second chain from your hook. This tutorial assumes you already know how to do the basics. Single crochet, increase, decrease. So in the interest of time, for the rounds that are pretty straightforward, I'm going to go ahead and kind of speed those up. This is what your ring should look like after round 1. To move on to round 2, we'll do an increase in every stitch. For round 3, we'll do 1 single crochet and then 1 increase, and repeat that all the way around. Round 4 will be our last round of increasing. We'll do 2 single crochets and then 1 increase, and repeat that all the way around. This is what your whale should look like following that round. For the next 5 rounds, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. So work those and then meet me back. In round 10, we'll be adding the tail and the fins. This is pretty complicated, so I'll write the whole thing in the description, but just describe it as we go for the video. To start, we'll do a slip stitch into the front loop only of the next stitch. Then we need to chain 6. Now find the third chain from your hook and work a double crochet into that chain. We'll again do a double crochet into the next chain. And the last 2 chains get a single crochet into them. Now we're back at the beginning of the chain. We need to find that first slip stitch that we slipped into and work another slip stitch into it. Now we're going to repeat all the previous steps for the other side of the tail. So we're going to chain 6, we'll double crochet into the third chain from the hook, now we'll double crochet into the next chain, and then the last 2 chains we'll single crochet. Now we again find that first slip stitch and work another slip stitch into it. And we've finished our tail. Now we need to single crochet into the next 6 stitches before we can start working on one fin. Now we'll work a slip stitch into the front loop only of the next stitch, then we'll chain 4. Then find the third chain from your hook and work a double crochet into that chain. We'll put a single crochet into the last chain, and work a slip stitch back into that first slip stitch that you made. One fin is done. Now we need to get to the other side and make a matching fin. So we'll single crochet the next 17 stitches. Now we need to do a slip stitch into the front loop only of the next stitch and then chain 4. Now, just like the other fin, in the third chain from your hook, we'll work a double crochet. Then a single crochet in the last chain. Finally, we'll do a slip stitch back into the first slip stitch we made at the beginning of this fin. Now single crochet the last 6 stitches in this round to finish it out. You can go ahead and cut your pink yarn or whatever color yarn you chose for the body of your whale. We're going to switch to white in this round and finish up the belly of the whale. For this round, we'll work in the back loops only. We're going to pick up the back loop that we didn't use in the tail and the fins. We'll do 3 single crochets and then 1 decrease and repeat that all the way around. It can be kind of tricky to find the back loop that you didn't use when you made the fins and the tail. So just look around, but in the end, if you can't find it, just pick something up and no one will know. For round 12, and we'll do this in the back loop and the front loop like normal, this will be 2 single crochets, then 1 decrease all the way around. Now for round 13, we'll do 1 single crochet, then 1 decrease, and repeat that all the way around. This is how your whale should look after round 13. Now we need to stuff our whale and add eyes before moving on. I like to use yarn scraps to stuff to save a little bit of money. The eye placement doesn't have to be exact, just go wherever you think looks good, but make sure they're evenly spaced relative to the fins. I have a 2-year-old and she gets really mad when I make animals that don't have mouths, so I'm gonna add a mouth. I'll put a link in the description to a full tutorial on how to do this if you'd like your whale to have a mouth. Now we finish stuffing and then work the final round. For this round, we're just going to decrease all the way around. Now sew your wale closed and hide the tail, and you're finished.